It was time for redemption for Babar Azam and his men after defeat in the first game. Dhani was up and running with his signature celebrations after striking early.
Pointing to the badge, pointing to the dressing room. If he had a point to prove, he is proving it.
But then Ben Duckett led the England charge, and a batting blitz from Moeen Ali saw England set an imposing target of 200. The full house at Karachi was then treated to a batting masterclass. The King roared back to form.
Babar Azam becomes the first Pakistani player to make 2 centuries in T20 international cricket.
His trusted ally also hit the critics for 6.
Have another go in the crowd. How often does that happen?
Pakistan rode on the heroics of their openers to pull off an incredible victory.
Hello and welcome to National Stadium, Karachi. We're here for the 3rd T20 International, and it's the Bank Al Falah presents Dafa News Pakistan versus England T20 series. Pakistan has come back nicely in this series. The series is level now, and it was a record chase for them to get there. So today is going to be a much-awaited, riveting contest between 2 extremely good sides. Welcome back to Naya Nazmabad pitch side show. And क्या मैच था कल पाकिस्तान का? They won comprehensively. 10 विकेटों से जीतना कोई छोटी बात नहीं होती. So kudos to them for the way they played. But today is another day. It's another game altogether. And क्योंकि हम इस मैच की बात कर रहे हैं तो मेरे साथ the 2 W's, the 2 legends of the game are here next to me. Waz, बहुत अच्छा मैच था कल पाकिस्तान का. बड़ी अच्छी तरह कमबैक किया पाकिस्तान ने. बहुत सी बातें हुई कि जी ओपनर्स को चेंज कर दो, इसको चेंज कर दो, उसको चेंज कर दो. बट मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली दे वन बाय 10 विकेट्स. सो आज के मैच के हवाले से वो कॉन्फिडेंस तो उनका हाई होगा.
नहीं, बिल्कुल होना भी चाहिए. जिस तरीके से क्लिनिकल परफॉर्मेंस थी पाकिस्तान की कल, 10 विकेटों से जीते और उसके बाद वर्ल्ड रैकेट भी बनाया कि आई थिंक पहली टीम है चेस करते हुए जीती है इतना बड़ा टोटल, वो भी 10 विकेटों से. सो आई सपोज अप्स एंड डाउन्स आते रहते हैं, बट यू नो वी एज अ नेशन वी डोंट हैव अ मिडिल ग्राउंड. वो आइदर वो पंजाबी में कहते हैं या अर्श थे तो या फर्श थे. देयर इज नो इन बिटवीन. एशिया कप में वी हैड अ गो एट हिम, वी इंक्लूडिंग माई सेल्फ, के रन रेट स्लो है रिजवान का, या बाबर से तो स्कोर भी नहीं हुआ था उसमें. बट नाउ बाबर यस्टरडे ओके सिंगल हैंडली वन द गेम. रिजवान हैज़ बीन अ रन मशीन. जो भी उसके बारे में कह लें, ऑफ द फील्ड बड़ा ज़बरदस्त लड़का है, टीम मैन है, फिजिकली वेरी फिट है. मैं कहता हूँ मेंटली बड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग है और हर मैच खेल रहा है. और देखिए 2 दिन में जब T20 होते हैं लोग समझते हैं कि T20 छोटा है, फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता, बट ये तेज़ बड़ा होता है. इसमें ब्रेक का टाइम नहीं है आपके पास. टेस्ट मैच में वनडे में आप फाइन लेग पे खड़े होकर पानी पी सकते हो, इसमें नहीं है. और रिकवरी का टाइम बड़ा कम है. सो इट विल बी टफ फॉर द बोथ साइड्स.
डेफिनेटली रिकवरी का कोई टाइम नहीं है बका. लेकिन मुझे ये बताएं कि ओपनर्स का डिबेट सेटल हो गया है या नहीं?
ये मुझे भी नहीं मालूम कि ये डिबेट सेटल हुआ है या नहीं. डिबेट तो होती रहती है क्योंकि क्रिकेट इतनी ज़्यादा हो गई है कि जो कल परसों हुआ था वो आज नहीं याद है. सो पीपल विल फॉरगेट क्विकली, पीपल विल मूव ऑन क्विकली. और जो उस दिन हुआ होगा उस पर क्रिटिक्स भी होंगे, उस पर प्रेजिंग भी होगी. तो मैं कहीं ना कहीं ये ज़रूर कहूँगा कि जो भी क्रिटिक्स पिछले 6 महीने या साल में हुए हैं, दैट हैज़ एक्चुअली हेल्प दीज गाइज. क्योंकि जिस तरह से कल और इससे पिछला मैच, दोनों मैचेस में हमारे ओपनर जिस तरह खेल रहे थे, तो दे फेल्ट प्रेशर. एंड आई थिंक क्रिकेट ऐसी गेम है कि जहां आपको प्रेशर लेना आना चाहिए. और आई थिंक ये क्रिटिक्स जो हैं या इनके ऊपर जो प्रेशर डला है या लोगों ने जो बातें की हैं, आई थिंक दे विल हेल्प देम टू ग्रो अ बेटर क्रिकेटर्स. क्योंकि अब उनको आइडिया हो गया कि दे कैन प्ले बिग शॉट. बिकॉज मैंने इससे पहले नहीं देखा इन दोनों को, स्पेशली बाबर को, उस तरह की शॉट है जो पॉइंट के ऊपर से और मिड विकेट के ऊपर से, ऐसे पहले नहीं देखा था. तो आई थिंक दैट विल रियली हेल्प हिम grow as a player and also grow as a captain.
Whereas इनकी आपस में the understanding between the openers it's very evident. I mean, running between the wickets is also been an important part of the partnership that we saw yesterday.
नहीं बिल्कुल उसकी तो उनकी तारीफ कल बड़ी की और करनी भी चाहिए। जो रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट थी इन दोनों की, इन्होंने काफ़ी सारे दुक्के लिए हैं। एक तो शॉटें तो मारी है, लाइक विकी ने सेड कि आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स सोचा इन्होंने, और उसके बाद जो रनिंग से बड़ा प्रेशर डाला है विकी, प्रेशर पड़ता है।
अच्छी बात ये थी कि दे वर लुकिंग फॉर बाउंड्रीज, तो बाउंड्री के बाद अगर आप रोटेट्स जो करते हैं स्ट्राइक को, तो आई थिंक दैट पुट मोर प्रेशर ऑन द बॉलिंग साइड। आई मीन मैंने इन दोनों को इससे पहले इतना अच्छा नहीं खेलते देखा। दैट वाज रियली ग्रेट टू सी द वे दे प्लेड, द वे दे बिल्ड द इनिंग। 200 रन थे, शायद कहीं ना कहीं उन्होंने ये भी सोचा कि यार ये मैच जीतना मुश्किल है और एक ही सूरत में जीत सकते हैं कि इफ वी कम आउट ऑफ आवर कंफर्ट जोन। और ऐसा लगा कि कल के मैच में कंफर्ट जोन से निकले, बिट मोर पॉजिटिव, अग्रेसिव। अब छक्कों की तादाद देख लेना इस मैच में, जितने छक्के लगे हैं, दैट क्लियरली शोज कि इंटेंट वाज देयर। दैट्स व्हाट T20 इज ऑल अबाउट। दे वर लुकिंग रियली ग्रेट।
Yeah, and look at this highest partnership in successful chases. Pakistan top of the ladder वहाँ पे 203, और उसके बाद फिर पाकिस्तान है 197. South Africa, amazing performance, clinical performance.
I think वसीम भाई, I think इनको इसी तरीके से ही, even when they're chasing a smaller target, that is a great pictures actually. क्योंकि ये बड़ा एक प्राउड मोमेंट है बाबर के लिए भी, क्योंकि इस बोर्ड पर आना, इट्स ऑल द ग्रेट्स इन देयर।
ज्यादा प्रेशर इसमें ये होता है कि स्पेलिंग ना भूल जाओ।
Definitely, but indeed a proud moment for Babar. But of course, one thing that did help was there were so many runs in that pitch yesterday that definitely helped the batters. आज pitch कैसी है, conditions कैसी हैं? Arooj Mumtaz is ready with the two captains to assess the conditions.
Pitch and weather brought to you by Naya Nazmabad.
Right in the middle for a very unique way to bring up the pitch report. I'm in the middle with, of course, two very important people, Babar Azam and Moeen Ali, and we will be discussing the pitch as we walk with them alongside. Just firstly, Moeen, how easy is it or difficult is it to play back-to-back matches?
Yeah, it's not easy, but we did two in the summer in England, and we got used to it a little bit, but it's not easy, but you kind of just get on with it and you try your best, obviously, and you probably have the squad here to then change up.
Fantastic. बाबर, ये वही सर्फेस है जहाँ पहला T20 खेला गया था। ओवरऑल एज अ यूनिट कितना मुश्किल होता है डिफरेंट कंडीशंस को इतना क्विकली अडेप्ट करना?
मेरे ख्याल से कंडीशंस सेम है, और सिर्फ ये है कि विकेट थोड़ा सा चेंज लग रहा है, बेटर विकेट लग रहा है, तो मेरे ख्याल से पहले मैच से डिफरेंट विकेट लग रहा है, तो इंशाल्लाह कोशिश ये है कि बेहतर क्रिकेट हो यहाँ पे।
Moeen, of course, back to the same surface as the first T20. Overall, again, for you as well, as a unit, how easy or difficult it is to adapt to conditions in particular, considering we keep changing surfaces?
Yeah, actually a little bit different. I thought yesterday's wicket played really well after our 10 overs with the bat, and obviously they batted brilliantly as well. It doesn't matter on the wicket, and the first wicket was a little bit different. So for us, obviously reading the wickets are difficult, especially away from home. But you kind of get used to it the more you do.
Right, reading the wicket can be a little bit difficult. That's all we have for you.
Pitch and weather brought to you by Naya Nazmabad.
Well, back-to-back matches, it's never easy. As आपने बात की थी, you've played cricket all your life, and you know how difficult is it mentally and physically on your body कि आपने एक अभी मैच खेला है, अगले दिन फिर से आके खेलना है, मुश्किल होता है या हो जाता है?
वसीम भाई माइक ले लें।
I'm used to the other mic, so yeah. My bad. Thanks, Vicky, for that.
The two W's इसी तरह तो हैं. That's why they're the two W's helping each other out.
अच्छा, what was the question again?
कि body के ऊपर कितना मुश्किल होता है?
Yeah, it depends. Obviously, कि age क्या है आपकी? If you are over 30, then it takes a toll on you. But I think Bakar can actually explain it better because he was with the team. ये T20 में विकी, ये दो दिन में फर्क तो पड़ता होगा लड़कों की बॉडी।
और मैं वापस आपके पास आती हूँ definitely, but we are ready with the toss right now. So Arooj, you're there with the two captains. बताइए क्या होता है toss पे?
Toss brought to you by Naya Nazmabad.
Right in the middle for the toss of this third T20I of the Bank Al-Falah presents Dafa News, Pakistan versus England T20I Series 2022. Of course, as always, alongside the two captains, Babar Azam and Moeen Ali, and ICC match referee, Mr. Mohammad Javed Malik. Babar, you have the coin? Here is the call. Change of fate. Babar has won the toss. Babar, what are you going to do and why?
We are bowling first. Pitch look like good, but I think is 150, 180, 160 is chaseable.
How is the body feeling? Tremendous performance with you and Rizwan up top. How is the body feeling and generally the mood in this?
Body feel like good, but it's not easy back-to-back matches. But after the before the World Cup, we have at that time we are utilized and it's helped me a lot.
Any changes in the team for tonight?
No, we have a same team.
Perfect, Babar. Good luck for tonight.
Thank you.
Moin, not tonight. Going your way. What would you have done had you won the toss?
Probably bowl first as well. But we're not too disappointed. We obviously have to score big against these guys on this surface and hopefully get a score which they can't get and they get some wickets and try and win the game.
I mean, yes, the win didn't go according to your way yesterday, but overall, I think it's been a very good performance from a relatively newer, younger lot for your team.
Yeah, we're actually playing good cricket. I thought actually the only last 10 overs yesterday we weren't very good, or we weren't too bad either at the same time, but they played exceptionally well, and them two guys, you have to get wickets to win those kind of games, and we couldn't get a wicket. I even think if we got one wicket, would have been in the game. So yeah, I'm obviously hoping for today we get a wicket.
Any changes tonight?
3 changes. Will Jacks makes his debut instead of Alex Hales, who's resting today. Mark Wood comes in, and Reece Tupley comes in for the 2 left armers.
Perfect. Thanks for talking to us, and good luck, Moin. Well, the news from the centre is that Pakistan have won the toss and will have a bowl first.
Toss brought to you by Naya Nazmabad.
Well, after that wonderful chase that we saw from Pakistan yesterday, I'm sure they're backing themselves to chase once again. Their team is unchanged, whereas England has made 3 changes. All of that on the other side. welcome back to Naya Nazmabad pitch side show where Pakistan has won the toss and they've elected to field first. But more importantly, Will Jacks is the debutant for England. What a wonderful moment for him and what an exciting player he is. Pakistan team is pretty much unchanged and they'll be carrying all that momentum forward into this game for this run chase as well. This is what it looks like. Whereas Pakistan की team तो unchanged है. आपको लग रहा था कि इसी तरह अनचेंज ही रहेगी?
अनचेंज ही रहेगी. I suppose मुझे पता था अनचेंज रहेगी because reason being जीत रहे हैं और first step is to win the series and then try different combinations जो भी आपने करने हैं.
अच्छा जी, इंग्लैंड के 3 चेंजेस हैं. वकार, विल जैक्स बड़ा एक्साइटिंग प्लेयर है, फिर उसके बाद रीस टॉपली एंड मार्क वुड.
जी, आई थिंक इन्होंने पहले से ही दिमाग बना के आए हुए हैं कि हम प्लेयरों को अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ देंगे. सो आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाई दोनों फास्ट बॉलर्स को बाहर कर दिया है. दोनों फास्ट बॉलर जो नए हैं उनको चेक करना चाह रहे हैं. टोपले को देखना चाह रहे हैं. मार्क वुड, दैट्स एक्साइटिंग प्रोस्पेक्ट क्योंकि बड़े अरसे के बाद ये भी खेल रहे हैं. ये सारे इंजरीज से वापस आ रहे हैं. सो आई थिंक दिस इज द बेस्ट टाइम टू चेक देम आउट.
और टॉपली डिड वेल अभी इंग्लैंड में. जब इंग्लैंड से वनडे और वाइट बॉल खेला है, इसने बड़ी जबरदस्त परफॉर्मेंस दी है. लेफ्ट आर्म ये बाकियों से लंबा भी है, थोड़ा तेज भी है. और मार्क वुड का तो हमें पता है कि उसकी पेस इज अबाउट 140-145. सो आई थिंक इस विकेट में वो अगर विकेटों में गेंद करेगा थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा उसको हिट मारना मेरे ख्याल में. मार्क वुड,
विल जैक्स आल्सो वेरी गुड प्लेयर.
सुना है बड़ा अच्छा टैलेंट है. यू वर देयर एट 100 आई बिलीव. उसने बड़ा स्कोर किया वहाँ पे.
बहुत अच्छा स्कोर किया और बहुत टैलेंटेड है. और मैं एक सवाल ये है कि मतलब एक जाता है इनका तो दूसरा आ जाता है. इनकी बेंच वाज इतनी स्ट्रांग है कि कोई कमी नहीं है प्लेयर्स की इनके पास.
Not at all. I think I suppose के इनके systems ऐसे बने हुए हैं इनके not just from last 3 years, from last since the cricket they've been playing cricket. तो उससे काउंटी क्रिकेट तो थोड़ा नीचे आ गया रेड बॉल में, बट वाइट बॉल में they really got backups, मैचअप्स हैं, बैकअप्स हैं. इंजरी कोई होती है उसकी जगह लेफ्ट आर्म है, राइट आर्म है तो उसकी जगह राइट आर्म है. सो या दैट्स व्हाई दे आर डूइंग सो वेल इन दिस फॉर्मेट.
वकार, दहानी की काफ़ी डिस्कशन हुई थी, बड़ी अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस थी. मतलब कि विकेटें भी ली और एक उनका जो टेम्परामेंट है, यू नो, फॉर एवरीवन टू वॉच.
आइडियल. आई मीन इस तरह की जो सिचुएशन होती है, क्राउड पुलर भी है और एंजॉय भी करता है अपनी क्रिकेट को. एंड इज ऑलवेज वेरी एंथुसियाज्म. और इसका ये जो ट्रेडमार्क अब बन गया है कि विकेट लेके भागना और एंजॉय करना. आई थिंक T20 cricket is all entertainment and he himself get entertained and he makes sure that everyone else also get entertained.
Yeah, there's so much to love about Shahnawaz Dahani. He's taking wickets. He's literally wears his heart on his sleeve. And he's definitely one of the brightest prospects to come out of Pakistan. On that note, we'll take a short breather. the Naya Nazmabad pitch side show. Karachi has not disappointed us on any of the games. They've been electric in terms of atmosphere, and we've had pretty much full houses through the way. Well, I've got a new guest with me here, Arooj Mumtaz, but before we actually go to her, we've got a special piece, some useful insight about that partnership from last night. It's over to Bazil Khan.
Expert advice brought to you by Naya Nazmabad.
We treated an absolute masterclass last night. Rizwan and Babar was simply sublime. And the way that they played, it made it look so easy. But we take a deeper delve into how they went about it. Firstly, Babar Azam, it was slightly different to what he does normally. There's him making room, going leg side and then getting the ball over the top. Then he goes offside and again back in the crease. You don't see Babar doing this often. This one just stayed still and went over the top, and then again using the depth of the crease. He's been magnificent. So what Babar normally does is just stand still and play those conventional shots. Now there was more intent. So he's given himself a bit of room, goes over the top, going there, going back. He's moving all across, so it makes it very difficult. Babar was in sublime form. So too was Rizwan, who's done it over and over again. But he made use of those feet coming down the track and smashing it over the top. And then this one was quite interesting because it's a paddle sweep, which he normally doesn't do, and this is the big sweep, so it makes it so difficult. The paddle sweep, what it does is now the bowler sort of thinking, shall I move that deep square leg finer, or where shall I place him? Then he has that conventional sweep as well, so the length also under pressure. And then you look at how they attacked, how they moved forward and how they moved back in terms of attacking the spinners and the interception point. So they're going, hitting the ball in front and then going back as well, so giving themselves a lot of room. Babar as well, he's gone in front as well and made room and then gone back. But look at Rizwan, he's gone further forward, and that's meant that you have to change your length time and time again. And once these players who are so good go forward and back and across, then it makes bowling very, very difficult. And also then it makes you think about your length. So as a bowler, you can't be flustered. You have to stick to the best ball you can bowl. And remember, if an individual batsman or batter takes high risk, that in terms becomes low risk cricket overall for the team.
Expert advice brought to you by Naya Nazmabad.
Thank you so much for your thoughts. Bazid Arooj has joined us. Arooj, एक बात हो रही थी generally before Pakistan won पिछला मैच के इंटेंट दिखाएं, कुछ डिफरेंट ट्राई करें, तो ये जो बातें अभी बाजिद ने कही हैं, यही डिफरेंट देखने को मिला सब।
देखिए, बात यही होती है कि यही प्लेयर्स हैं जिन्होंने करके दिखाया पिछले मैच में. सो देव गॉट द क्वालिटी, देव गॉट द स्किल. इट्स जस्ट अबाउट ट्राइंग इट आउट. जो सबसे अच्छी बात थी बाबर की, जो बाजिद ने भी कही कि बाबर स्टिल रहता है और जब कभी यूज़ करता है तो डाउन द विकेट जाता है या ही गोज बैक डीप इनटू हिज क्रीज. द वन थिंग ही डजंट डू इज मूव लैटरली ऑन इन हिज क्रीज. Yesterday was the first time after a long time जब वो लेग साइड पे भी उतरे ऑफ साइड खोलने के लिए, and he moved across on the off side to open up the leg side. So I think those little tweaks go a long way, especially in T20 cricket. रिजवान तो करते ही बहुत ज़्यादा हैं, खासतौर पे ऑफ साइड की तरफ मूव करके लेग साइड और ज़्यादा अपने लिए एंगल्स खोलते हैं. So it's about creating the angles and getting newer things into your batting armory, ताकि वो T20 में जहाँ 10-12 रन कभी कभार शॉर्ट पड़ते हैं, वो इन शॉट से और ज़्यादा ऑप्शंस बन जाते हैं.
चले ठीक है. Thank you so much for your thoughts, Arooj, and thank you so much, Baz, from your side
That
as
was
well.
it for Arooj?
नहीं, we'll obviously now be, ये तो चलता रहेगा, but we'll be going to short break, and after we come back, we've got live action.
was time for redemption for Babar Azam and his men after defeat in the first game. Dhani was up and running with his signature celebrations after striking early.
Pointing to the badge, pointing to the dressing room. If he had a point to prove, he is proving it.
But then Ben Duckett led the England charge, and a batting blitz from Moeen Ali saw England set an imposing target of 200. The full house at Karachi was then treated to a batting masterclass. The King roared back to form.
Babar Azam becomes the first Pakistani player to make 2 centuries in T20 international cricket.
His trusted ally also hit the critics for 6.
Have another go in the crowd. How often does that happen?
Pakistan rode on the heroics of their openers to pull off an incredible victory.
Welcome to the Karachi National Stadium for Bank Al Falah presents DAFA News, Pakistan versus England T20I Series 2022. It's match number 3 out of 7, and after the first 2 games the series is indeed evenly poised. 1 apiece, victory for England in the first game, victory for Pakistan just last night in match number 2, and we will see what happens next very, very soon. We're back to the pitch that was used for that first match just 3 nights ago or so. Still looks very bare, very dry, very flat. It's probably had a little bit of water in it since that first game, just to see if they can sprinkle a bit of life into it. Third toss of the series, the coin high yet again. Third time lucky though for Babar Azam, who won it and decided that he would ask England to bat first, as they did last night. So of course leading to that extraordinary chase from Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. There are changes in the England team, 3 of them. Phil Salt keeps his place at the top, but Alex Hales is rested. Jacks is the man coming in, very exciting young man from Surrey. The middle order remains the same. 2 more changes in the bowling lineup. Reece Topley and Mark Wood make their first appearances of this series. Luke Wood and David Willey are omitted. So England will be batting first. Will Jacks is the man receiving his cap. This is his debut here tonight in T20Is. So a proud moment for him. But England have a lot of strength in depth in this squad. Smiles all round. They'll all be wishing him well, looking for a sparkling performance here tonight. For Pakistan, well, they only really needed the top 2, the first 2 in terms of the batting last night. It was a record-breaking partnership that took them to victory. The target, 200, and it was only Rizwan and Babar who were needed. So there's still interest in what happens to the middle order as and when they get their chance again tonight. And apart from that, that Pakistan 11 is exactly the same 11 as won last night's fixture. So just to remind you what an extraordinary game it was last night. England thought they'd done mighty well. 199 for 5. There was a blitz from Moeen Ali towards the end. 55 not out from just 23. Duckett played his part. Harry Brook played his part as well. That looked a formidable target, but Pakistan, you have to say, made light work of it. 3 balls left at the end. 3 balls to spare. 203 without loss. A new record in World T20Is. Babar and Rizwan just kept all the runs, all the victories, plaudits to themselves. Now the stroke making was an absolute joy to watch. The timing in the early overs was excellent. They built their own little platform, or rather, in fact, their own rather large platform. And then when it came to strike the ball, the striking was absolutely top class. So having enjoyed that success last night, everyone starts again today. Those are the areas for Babar Azam. 110 not out from 66. Still very strong on the onside, 40% in that gap. between the stumps and the wide mid-wicket, 28% towards square. But it was an exemplary innings all round from Babar Azam. The other end, Mohammad Rizwan, who is an electric cricketer, of course. Some of those shots like that, very much his trademark. Some of those shots like that one, just beautiful to watch. Faced fewer balls than his captain, but nonetheless 88 from 51. A brilliant, brilliant innings from Mohammad Rizwan. As it stands, of course, that is last night's history. We start afresh. Both teams start afresh today. Pakistan will be bowling first by choice. Last night it was England's choice to bat first. Wasim and Basic are alongside. This game gets harder and harder to predict, doesn't it? But at least we can look back and enjoy last night's fireworks. What about tonight, though?
Good evening, everyone, and assalamu alaikum to Bazit and to David as well, and to everyone, our listeners. Yeah, what a performance, clinical performance, the way they batted yesterday. Even we thought 200 was good enough total on that pitch, but Babar and Rizwan obviously had different ideas. And in general, coming back to Karachi crowd, third game in a row, sold out, pack house, and look at the name and two umpires on their way. One of the most experienced umpire in the world cricket and one of the best ones in the business, Aleem Dar. And of course the other end is Faisal Afridi, who's the on-field umpires, and the third umpire is Rashid Riaz.
Yeah, Aleem Dar, master of his trade. Just getting feel for the ball, feel for the ground, but yeah, Faisal Afridi, debut to him, so congrats. Big moment for Faisal. Also a big moment in terms of how England come back in this third T20I. It's quite a sort of a deja vu. They're batting first again. They would have liked to win the toss. Now the imminent threat of Pakistan chasing, but you have to, I guess, blank your mind.
All these players who played in PSL in Pakistan from last 6 to 7 seasons, they should have known, especially the English player, that in Karachi or Lahore, if there is no dew, even when the lights come on, the air gets cooler, and of course it affects the pitch a little bit, and that makes a lot of difference for batting.
Well, whatever difference that makes, first of all, we have to just repeat, it was an extraordinary performance from Babar and Rizwan. And England will be asking, can and will lightning strike twice? They will also know, England, just to be brutal, that they dropped a crucial catch, they missed a stumping. A couple of wickets in a chase like that, and you expose what is still the question mark about this Pakistan team, which is the middle order. But anyway, we start afresh. It's 1-1 in the series, still 5 matches to play. For Will Jacks, it's his first appearance in World T20Is. His figures in his previous career in T20s are good, and the Surrey faithful, his club at home, his county at home, have only good things to say about him. So he gets his chance in place of Alex Hales. At the other end, of course, it's Phil Salt. Mohammad Hasnain opened the bowling last night. He took the place of Nazim Shah after the change from the first game. And all these talented young men will always be learning. Each and every game is another part of that learning curve.
Coming back to the debutant from England, Will Jacks, I've heard of very good things about him, very talented, and you must have seen his strike rate, 154, and that's 101 games he played, not just one of the games or 2 games he played. So he's making his debut today. It's always exciting to see some young and new upcoming talent.
Well, part of the rationale for this series is that England have a big squad here, people they want to have a look at over the course of these 7 games as they continue to make their plans for both the World T20 that follows and the future beyond that. First ball of the day. First run of the day, squirted away to deep square leg. Phil Salt is one who's, oh, nice glasses. Early fashion statement. I was saying, Phil Salt is, of course, one man who's made a name for himself. Last couple of years, his England career has taken off. He now occupies that Oakley position, keeps the gloves, of course. But always an exciting moment, an international debut. And Will Jacks has someone of genuine pace up against him. Certainly got a very good looking pitch in front of him as well, but always nice just to get off the mark. Well, it was straight and full, and that ball goes in exactly the same direction as the previous one, so both men off the mark with singles to deep square leg.
I think that's the plan from Pakistani bowlers, especially the fast bowlers. Full and back of a length on this pitch. This is the pitch we used on the first game against England, so it's the same pitch again. It looks slightly dried, but looks better than the first game, that's for sure.
I mean, we've seen over the years with a new ball, brand new ball, giving it time in the air at whatever pace is just that experiment to see whether it's actually going to move in the air. Now, Baba, can we collaborate for a long-term partnership? Only Baba can answer that question. We can offer advice.
Probably Baba's dad or mom.
Yeah, as I was saying, the experiment to see whether there's any lateral movement in the air with a new ball.
Looks a great pitch this after 3 deliveries he's bowled, but yes, in T20 format, especially on pitches like this, if he's gonna swing, he'll probably will with the first over. The flat as a road, if you see, nicely rolled in, and no grass obviously, so within the stumps, back of a length is the way to go early on with the new ball. Don't bowl short, don't give a bit outside off stump, and then you should be okay. But you're over and all good T20 pitch.
Kept a bit low. The line is good, the length is good, but that's definitely kept low, which is never a good sign at the start of any match.
But that's the length you were talking about, just back of a length and being able to be consistent throughout. It's easier, I think, to do that with the new ball or the first couple of overs when batsman hasn't attacked you. But even when you go deep into the innings, you still have to maintain that length here in Karachi. And sometimes they go to that default of trying to bowl full and then get tonked. So you have to be careful with the length.
That's a good shot. And that's the first boundary of the evening. Just flicked away over wide mid-wicket. It's 7 without loss after 1.
You go searching and you get punished. He just went slightly fuller and it's been whipped away leg side. First 5 deliveries, perfect length, short of a length. This time just maybe missed that length or just went searching for a bit of swing.
Well, that boundary at the end of over number 1 just gave it a bit of a fillip as far as England are concerned. And a good over from Hasnain. Just look how far back he was in the crease.
It wasn't a bad delivery. It's just this format. As a batter, you got to take a chance. And Mohammad Nawaz from the other end has got mid-off back on the boundary and mid-wicketish to wide-ish mid-wicket, as nowadays they call it, the cow corner position.
Well, Mohammad Nawaz starts his over with a boundary. A desperate dive, not quite enough. Familiar role for him. The thing about every series like this, where you keep coming up against the same opposition, of course, is new tactics, new plans, new responses. It's a good start from Salt.
And it's a high quality shot. He sort of hit it with a straight bat over mid-wicket. He's not gone across the line, and he's held his position to actually get it straighter and get that boundary.
Good footwork. We have the long off in position. I suspect if he could have done, Will Salt would have liked to have got it just that bit wider. But more than just the one for his efforts.
Yeah, you talked about sort of different tactics, but it's quite interesting that Babar is sticking to his set play, as in Nawaz is going to bowl that second over. There's no sort of Dhani who bowl well with a newish ball, so that set play of going through the power play with sort of 1, 2, 3, 4 overs decided already.
He's bowling quicker as Nawaz. Obviously, we haven't seen any turn, and it's a new ball, so it's not going to turn as much anyway. But it's a good pitch.
Hasn't quite got hold of this one in the same way as we saw at the start of the over, but there's definitely a plan. I mean, the plan in the broadest of terms to try and take advantage of the power play, with only the 2 men allowed out, trying to find the gaps in the deep. That could have gone a long way, but it hasn't.
$14 for none in 1.5. Good over so far, in a way, because it's obviously power play and spinner bowling. He's only conceded 7 runs. Last ball, shot pulled. There's a huge gap there, and this will race away to the boundary. So 11 runs from the over, 2 gone, 18 for none.
Well, this is what he's there for. And he'd look at that and you'd say, first of all, Mohammad Nawaz has just dropped it a bit too short. Hanging back in the crease. That little bit of, tiny bit of extra time gives you time just to watch the bounce of the ball, the pace of the ball, and get it away. Not quite as tight as Mohammad Nawaz would normally be. And he's played this role not just for Pakistan, but for his PSL side. Yeah, he knows the job, he knows what's required.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does know how to bowl in first 6 overs, Nawaz. Just, oh, that's top edge. There's a fielder there, and yes, they got the first breakthrough, and that too. Phil Salt departs first blood to Pakistan.
Yeah, beaten for pace, 148.3. That delivery, it skidded onto him. Trying to hit this over mid-wicket, and it just got big. Slightly late on it, but a catch and another collision. Pakistan have made a habit of this, but Nawaz grabbed on. Salt didn't really get going, and beaten for pace from Hasnain. And that is 18 for 1.
Well, it's all a bit of a scramble at the moment. That was tight. That was tight. So 1 wicket down. Phil Salt, the man out. Will Jacks just hurrying through. The law still stands that if you cross while the ball is in the air, the batsman takes over, who has crossed. In a few weeks' time, that will change. It was a good catch in the end because you've got 3 of them converging. Bowler wants to have a grab at it. Everyone wants to have a grab at it.
And I think somebody got to sit with the Pakistan team and exactly explain, guys, you got to shout. If it's your catch, then go after it. Don't just dive without looking around. Presence of mind is very, very important.
So the new man, left-hander David Malan at number 3, bowled first ball last night by Shahnawaz Dahani, round his legs. It's called wide, it's close, it's mighty close. But Faisal Afridi decides it's leg side, it's good enough, it's a wide, hasn't touched anything.
Well, he's bowled behind his legs last time around, and maybe Hasnain sort of attacking that leg stump. This is last night where he just walked across and the ball drifted in and hit that leg stump.
He shuffled across too much, and as a bowler it's impossible to attack leg sides in this format. You can't take a risk.
Oh, that's loose.
This is so unfair. So the bowler says that the bowlers can't take any risk. The batters, well, you have to take risks, you have to play high risk cricket. With the bowler, he says we don't want to take a risk.
High risk, I'm all for high risk, but that's kind of not very bright when you're 20 for 1, you got opposition 20 for 1, and you want to attack the leg stump with fine leg up in the circle. That's no win-win for bowler. It's got to be fluke. But yesterday Dahani bowled a middle-ish, and then David just walked across too much, exposed his leg stump.
Well, unless someone's going to tell me it's all about bluff and double bluff, so the field placing says the ball is going to have to go off stump and outside. That one, I mean, it was very clever in a sense, but whether it was intended or not, who knows. But Dahani yesterday, first of all, have a look at this actually. This is David Malan yesterday, making sure he knows where his off stump is, and he's come back to middle and off. There's that little shuffle across, and it is literally an inch or two too far, which just leaves that little bit of scope to hit the leg stump.
Fine margins.
Ah, the old fine margins index. Have to get that started up again. But that's how this game goes. As I say, plans can be made. Sometimes things happen that just turn out fortuitously, and if you're the captain or the bowler picking up a wicket first ball like that, you'll take it. Right now we've got what, 21 for 1, just about to finish off the third over. Oh, it's well bowled. That is well bowled. Perfect line and length, but fresh air. 21 for 1 if it stays.
Very good over and a very good delivery to finish the over from Hasnain. Only conceded 3 runs. 21 for 1 now, England. Plenty of batters to come after this. And Will Jack's strike rate in power play is unbelievable. Almost 161.
Yes, that Will Jack's strike rate historically in power plays, well, we'll see now he's 11 from 10, so he's a bit below the 160 mark at the moment, but this is his first international. Oh, the edge flies wide of the slip and flies just wide of third man as well, so neither man able to get a hand on it.
It's a good delivery, little wide in this format, and of course, as a batter, when you see anything wide either side of the square, you go after it, and that's what exactly happened. Third man had no chance.
This is Dahani, of course, who bowled him round his legs last night, with a slip in place now. So he's bowled to his field this time. He's going for 4. No run, just going to hurry back. And they... Well, what's going on? Oh, it must have been a deflection, sorry. Just looked up there for a moment, and Jacks had hurried back. The throw had come in near the deflection off the batsman. There's always an area for Malan. He likes the little dab, he likes the ball to come to him, and he likes to try and guide it down into the gap towards third, but it's it counts as a risky shot. There's that little bit of bounce there, a little bit of extra bounce, got a bit of pace from Dahani.
And especially early on his innings, especially first 4 to 5 deliveries.
Which is when you're always most vulnerable. And just to make the point, the slip is in place, so the slip is there. So either keeper or slip would appear to be in play with that sort of delivery and that sort of shot. Lots of space on the onside, not particularly well timed. They'll push for the third, thought about it, went for it, made it. Of course, there's money to be made all round the place here tonight. Thanks to Bank Al Falah, for every 6, $1,000 will be donated to the flood relief campaign. Money that will be well spent, money that's well needed. So let's get on with the 6s. Saw quite a few last night. It was the spinners who suffered mainly. There's the edge, where's the slip? Well, for Will Jacks, there is no slip.
It's the outside edge that's getting the most runs tonight. That one just maybe outside off somewhere. It's not a bad line, not a bad length, but probably the perfect shot that Will Jacks could have executed was exactly that.
Opposition 28 for 1 before that boundary. We are into 4th over, and there's no slip. That's where I think eventually the skipper, Pakistan skipper, got to learn when to attack. And that was up, foolish delivery, 1 bounce into the boundary, and that's his area. 19 of 12, Will Jacks. England 36 for 1 and 4.
Yeah, once you just go slightly full, it comes onto the bat so nicely. And short of a length delivery, the edge went for a 4. This one was right out of the screws. But the length, just once you venture full, it is tough.
Well, we saw the power of Will Jacks at the end of that previous over. Saw a lot of this man yesterday as well, not quite built the same way. Many ways to skin a cat, many ways to find boundaries, many ways to win matches. Another change in the bowling. Haris Rauf. Another one trying straight and full as an opening gambit. President of Pakistan is here tonight, Dr. Arif Alvi, alongside Ramiz Raja, chairman of the PCB. I had dinner with Dr. Alvi a couple of years ago in Islamabad. Oh, just the two of us, I hasten to add. Well, there were many others there as well. There's that slight weak area again for the left-handed David Malan. Just needs to get himself going a bit here.
I love the way Haris Rauf sprints in whenever he gets the ball in his hand. Good pace again, 145 kilometers an hour. And that's why he is the most wicket taker in Pakistan team, especially under pressure, especially when the partnerships are going. Every time captains throw the balls to him, and most of the time he gives him the breakthrough.
Can't find a way through. Now, time for the Dorlance Power Wash Challenge. We've changed from rowing to cycling. We've changed the mechanics. They've upgraded in the space of 3 days. We've upgraded Pakistan's finest washing machine.
I've told you to bring your laundry. Free. Free of cost.
Okay, thank you.
But which one's easier, rowing or cycling?
I really don't care as long as the whites come out white.
Hey, talked about Haris Rauf. Sorry, David. Talked about Haris Rauf, but he's the one bowler that bowls those difficult overs, and he's actually, I thought he bowled the best yesterday for Pakistan. And plus the fact that every time he has to close the innings off, he's been identified as that bowler who'll bowl at the back end, and he does it every time he does it, and he does it well.
19th over, 20th over, sometimes 2 overs in last 4. And it's very difficult in this day and age, in this format, to bowl 2 consecutive overs, because then predictability comes in as a bowler. But his variations are unbelievable, especially the slow ball bouncer and Yorker, and pace, of course.
That's a very sweet shot. That's the way, just ease it straight down the ground for 4.
I don't believe in commentators' curse, but that's what exactly happened there. Good shot, though.
Yeah, it's become a theme so far in this 4.5 overs that whenever the ball sort of pitched up, it's easier to hit. The back of length hasn't been disappearing. It's the one that's pitched up. The back of length has been edged behind, still going for 4, but the one pitched up is being smashed.
Oh, he's found a way through. That should have been cut off. Should have been cut off, but that last ball of the over goes for 4. It's 45 for 1.
One over to go in the power play. England have got off to a decent start. Will Jack's on debut, 27 from 14, is showing the Pakistan public what the folk back home in the UK have known for a little while, that he is a terrific ball striker. Shahnawaz Dahani, he of the extravagant celebrations after a wicket, comes back in from the pavilion end. David Malan has yet to get going in the tour so far. 20 from 15 in game 1, first ball duck in game 2. Would like to get going. Heat. That's proper heat. And a stare to match from Dahani.
Hello, Mark. Hello, viewers. A little bit more zip in this pitch. I think the groundsman have sprinkled a bit of water on it, although the game was played very next to it. And there are a lot of players running around with their spikes on, and I think he's done a good job. This one have definitely got a little bit more bounce. You can see that bit of sheen in there. So it's zipping through.
Yeah, he's bowling with rapid pace. And for me, the best thing about that bouncer was it was well directed. Didn't allow the batsman to free his arms. It's a good contest, isn't it?
Delicately played, but third man is fine. Will Jacks going nicely. Partnership is now 28 from 20. Partnership. It's always better to drink your Tepao tea with somebody. Hey, Amir, Wakil. Don't drink tea on your own, gentlemen.
It goes with everything, even with the cold beverages.
Rouge Mumtaz is out there in the crowd. I think that might be Rouge's daughter, who's got a birthday this weekend.
And how about that princess next to her? A cutie pie. There's Rouge's daughter. There you go. There you go. Give us a wave. Come on. Come on, beautiful.
Yeah, bless her. Bless her.
Yep, 7 years old tomorrow. Mum's planning something big. Wide ball, but real aggressive intent from Dahani. It's almost worth with that bouncer, isn't it, early on in the over, even if you give away a wide, just to serve notice to the batter that you've got the pace and that you're going to hurry and get it up around chin high. And from there on in, the batsman's not quite so keen to dive forward at you, trying to slam you back over your head. So it was an excellent start. The over's been good so far.
Yeah, it's good to see these fast bowlers showing disciplines. We saw Hasnan got backed by the English batsman in the previous outing, conceded more than 50 runs, but tonight, he was absolutely brilliant. Bowling with brisk pace, landing the ball in the right areas, no freebies for the batsman. And same goes for Dhani. He's been on the money, apart from a couple of wides. It's been impressive once again.
Slammed away. Everybody was up on the offside, and Jacks had eyes only for that side of the ground. 50 for England.
Well, that's the right way to deal with this sort of delivery. When somebody's hitting the length right all the time, just move away. Give yourself a little bit of room and look to hit over that extra cover, and that's exactly what it did. Nothing wrong with the delivery. It was just too good a shot.
Yeah, and he moved away from the leg stump at the last moment. With the bowler, couldn't have the control. He tried to change the line and the length, but it was the batsman who prevailed.
Feels the same. Feels the same. They've stayed up on the offside. Happens this time from Jacks. He looks for it again and just gets it over the head of the skipper. Oh, that was a lucky escape. Dahani thought he'd got his man. He deceived him with the slower ball. Clever piece of bowling, but it cost him 4 anyway. That's the end of the power play. 57 for 1.
Yeah, he was anticipating a fuller delivery on that occasion. But good thing for the batsman, he went with the stroke and got a desired result. Another boundary in the over.
Certainly seemed to have ignited something, Babar and Rizwan. I think it had England gone 2-0 up in the series, things might be a little different, but Babar and Rizwan had other ideas. The tickets already had sold at great rates. They disappeared after that run chase last night. That's the end of the power play. Faisal Afridi with the windmill, and with the relaxation of the fielding restrictions, we get spin for the first time.
Yeah, it was the English bowlers last night got into the whirlwind of Babar Azam and Rizwan, and tonight it's been reverted. Pakistani bowlers feeding the heat.
It tells you exactly what Wacker was saying, that the surface is a much better one. It's playing much better than it did on Tuesday. And what that means is that whatever England get, Pakistan will fancy the chances of chasing it down if the same thing happens tomorrow night, i.e. it gets better for batting, the ball comes onto the bat even better in the second half of the game.
So the gist, which I understood, you want England to score more than 200 runs again.
I think they're going to need to. The surface looks good, the outfield looks quick.
Well, this surface might help the spinner also, because if there is any moisture in the pitch, they might grip a little bit, and that's why I think Babar bringing Usman Khader straight into the attack.
Fine sweep, and it beats the despairing dive once again. Ball keeps running away for 4. It doesn't matter how well you hit it.
The outfield is lightning quick, thick inside edge, and was still able to trickle over the boundary line for 4 runs. Looks like it's going to be a difficult job for the bowlers once again.
It does, sure does. It was a good start actually from Usman. He's been guilty of dragging his first couple of deliveries down, or at least his first one. And that one was right on the money, but went for 4 anyway. Toe of the bat, and gone. Hyder Ali with the catch, no mistake made in the outfield this time. And the National Stadium erupts once again.
That is the beauty of this game. You bowl an ordinary delivery and you're able to pick up a wicket. Long hop, not quite middling the ball, hitting the ball straight to the fielder. And Hyder Ali this time around making no mistake. Wicket number 2 of David Milan. Walks back after 14, and it's 61 for 2.
Ben Duckett into only his 4th T20 international, played exceptionally well in trying circumstances. Circumstances that were to get easier for the batters as the night went on. Made 43 from 22. Already has an excellent strike rate of 158. Well, he finds the gap straight away. It's another long hop, but this time Duckett puts it away.
Well, he's started again where he left from last night. He played so nicely in the previous match, and very first delivery, short, in the arc for him. Just went back nicely, stayed nicely, and headed in the gap. He's looking good.
He's a diminutive batsman. The reason why he was able to hit the ball into the gap, he went quite low to be able to deal with the bounce, and the placement was good.
See the difference here between the execution from Milan and from Duckett. And Duckett is very, very keen to make sure that he keeps both feet planted on the floor. Creates a base for himself to hit from. So even if the ball didn't quite come to him at the pace he expected, as was the case with Milan, he was able to keep his head down, get the middle of the bat on it, and make sure he found the gap.
Yeah, the reason why he was reduced to hitting the ball straight to the fielder, he stood up, didn't he? There was no bend in his feet. That's why he wasn't able to control his stroke. Have a look. Went straight to the fielder.
Yeah, the head goes back slightly behind, or more central to the between the two legs. And then if the ball does just take a bit of a while to get to you, you're not in the right position to tag it away for four. Duckett, on the other hand, you give him a chance to sweep anything, and he will take it. It's a successful over for Usman, but it's an expensive one. 14 from it. England 71 for 2. Mohamed Nawaz through 1 over, cost him 11.
England have lost 2 wickets, but what they're doing good is they're just keeping that run rate up there somewhere near 10 or above 10. And I think that's their aim. They want 200 or maybe more, because 200 wasn't enough the other day. That the last delivery of the previous over got a little glove, maybe a little arm. Outfield is very, very quick. So ran very quickly to the boundary.
Yeah, it's good to see the English batsmen are allowed to play their natural game. Losing wickets don't deter them. They keep on going after the bowlers, look to find the boundaries, and that's why they're scoring with a rapid rate.
Yeah, they're not bothered about, I mean, England don't care if they get bowled out. Honestly, it's strike rate for them. That's all they think about. 50,000 rupees to flood relief from our kind sponsors, KFC. So for every wicket, 50,000 rupees towards flood relief. The wickets tumble, the cash rolls in.
Usman Khader, I thought, bowling nicely, although he did bowl a few half-trackers, but the pace was good. He was a little slower. But on the other hand, even in the previous match also, Nawaz was just sort of firing it in. He's not really trusting himself. That last delivery, 99 kph. He's got to bowl a little slowly and ask the batsman to come at him rather than just nudging it for ones and twos.
Might be the fact that Ahmad was seen by angling the ball into the stumps met a lot of success for Pakistan. He's trying to emulate him. Rather than turning the ball, he likes to tuck the batsman in. 77 for 2.
This was Ben Duckett and his approach to playing spin on a turning track on Thursday night, and it was sweep, sweep and sweep again, all different varieties, until eventually it cost him his wicket, but not before he had made 43 from 22. Got England going towards that total of 199 that nearly everybody thought was going to be plenty. Everybody except Babar and Rizwan. Reverse, absolutely nailed.
Talk about the power. The ball disappeared in a flash, using almost all the muscles on that occasion. Ben Duckett.
Do you really want to be a spinner against him? Honestly, he's brutal, and he plays on both sides of the pitch, so it's very, very difficult for the bowler to land. There you go. Let's go on the other side. Amazing control, isn't it?
It's incredible. He hits that reverse harder than I hit it left-handed. so good, and it's as simple as a forward defensive to Ben Duckett. Just smashes it. And that's not out of the middle either. Taken. Oh, that catching practice before the game started is paying dividends for Pakistan. They've caught a couple in the outfield, a couple in the deep. That is now the end of Jacks. And Pakistan, well, they're shipping 1 or 2 boundaries, but they keep chipping away.
He might get hammered, but good thing with Usman Khader, he's a wicket taker. It's the second wicket he has fetched for Pakistan, nicely taken by Nawaz. Now look at the reactions from Usman Khader. He's jubilant. It's a good debut for Will Jacks. Scored 40 of 22 deliveries. It's 82 for 3.
Harry Brook is England's new man in. Off the mark straight away.
Well, an obvious improvement in catching tonight for Pakistan. Third catch. Caught it nice and low, kept his eyes on, and that's a second wicket for Usman Khader. He's a wicket taker. Right arm leg spinners are always hard. Doesn't matter what cricket you play, what format you play.
I think with a good leg spinner is that quite often it's not the best balls that get wickets. The drag down balls can surprise batters, or the odd low full toss. And bowl Jaffers, it spins past the outside edge. It doesn't do you any favours whatsoever, unless you're a brilliant googly bowler and you bring in the stumps into play. The thing with a leg spinner is the top spin, isn't it? The ball drops on you, so you can think that you got to the pitch of it, or you think that you've picked the length well, and it drops underneath you. 9 gone, 84 for 3.
Yeah, whenever Van Duckett on strike, he likes to invent something with those conventional sweeps and reverse sweeps, looking for boundaries all the times. Handy batter to have in your lineup.
Look at this field here to Ben Duckett. 2 men back on the offside. Mid-off up. Yeah, they know that Ben Duckett is not looking to charge down the pitch and bang it back over the top, so that just protected. It's almost a wide third man and a man back at point. Wacko shouting, slower, slower. Every $6,000 US will be donated for flood relief. That's from Bank Al Fallah. Again, very grateful for those donations, those pledges, and for the players for providing the sixes and the entertainment.
Well, you two were the left-handers, and tell me, if a spin bowler bowls you a little slower, it is hard, isn't it? It's just that you have to make a pace. And even when you're playing that sweep shot or reverse sweep, there's every chance that the ball will bounce a little bit more and will get the outside edge or top edge, or maybe a little bit of glove. But if you bowl quicker, it becomes a lot easy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, as a spinner, especially a spinner like Nawaz, is looking to dart the ball into the stumps. He's not going to get plenty of bounce. So, if he flights the ball, he'll give himself a chance as a spinner to get some bounce off the surface. At the moment, playing in Ben Duckett's hand, he's just milking him. Working
This will be tight. This will be tight. Brilliant running. Really good. I thought when he turned there that he might be in trouble, but he got a really, really good turn in and was back in a flash.
Yeah, I thought from here that he's in big trouble. Look at that. He's going round even. He's going further away from the stumps. And Dive did the job for him right at the end. Not the best of the throws. They needed a real fast throw in to get him in some sort of trouble. He's a good runner. Very fit. Duckett.
Duckett will keep the strike. England are 89 for 3. We're at the halfway stage of this innings. It's been full of entertainment, jam-packed with it, in fact. And it's time for the players to take a breather and have a drink.
Card is coming underneath bowler. Okay.
ढीला रखो कोई मसला नहीं है नहीं बहुत बड़ा गैप बन जाता है फिर ये ठीक है थोड़ा ढीला रख फिर दूर दूर ये सामने कोई करेगा हाँ ऑप्शन अच्छी है वो भी अच्छी ऑप्शन है.
All right, we have the drinks safely off the field. Players ready to resume. 89 for 3 after 10. Slightly hindered progress the last 3 overs for England. Only 18 runs and a wicket going down as well. Those wickets have been crucial actually for Pakistan each and every time. The early wicket assault, then when things started to get going, another couple of wickets falling as well. So now it's Duckett and Brooke, well-known solicitors, legal ones that is. Seeking runs.
Catch it!
In the air, just dropping short this time. Pakistan's catching tonight has improved since those first couple of games. But that one just dropping short the top edge.
Looks like a good field set because of Duckett's previous innings, which was predominantly sweep or reverse sweep, and most of the time square and behind square. So the field has been pulled a lot finer for him.
This is what happens, of course, when you've got a series like this. Same teams up against each other for 7 matches. Plans will be hatched, then amended. No, that's beautiful. That is so sweetly struck. First 6 of the match. More money in the kitty.
He waited for it. He looked so good, in control, and playing a shot against bowler like Usman Qadir, especially because he turns the ball so much. Playing a shot like this it takes special talent, and this guy is unbelievable. Another good shot. There's a fielder there, straight to it. They're going to settle for 1. But what an exciting prospect this guy is, Henry Brooke.
He is, and he scored a ton in the PSL playing for Lahore Qalandars. What he does well is also stays leg side of the field, of the ball, which allows him to have that free swing through the line of the ball.
Duckett trying to drag it away from outside off, trying to find the gap. But just going back to Harry Brooke, if you looked at that side-on picture, just the cock, you see the cocking of the wrist. So you look at the back lift first, there it is, and then just look how the bat speed comes through nicely, and the follow-through is almost Gary Sober's style from all those years ago.
And I
It
think
goes
when he
all the way
played
down
the
the back.
shot, David, his eyes were on the ball. The minute he hit, there's another shot.
Another big 6, this time over extra cover, brings up the 100 for England, and then the men in the middle for England mean business. 11 done, 104 for 3.
Well, those were 2 exceptionally high quality shots. This one extraordinary for one very obvious reason. It was so wide that he'd come down the pitch. He had to reach it. That was the first point. So having reached it, he also managed to get the arms through it, the bat speed through it, and away it sailed over extra cover for the second 6 of the over. So money in the kitty, as I say, which is always handy. And that again is for flood relief. But it's the acceleration that counts. So we had those 3 quiet overs just before the drinks. That one straight after drinks. Very, very different affair.
Wait.
Nawaz again with that slow left arm, that canny slow left arm. Just look at these two sixes. Harry Brook at his absolute best. One straight down the ground, one that stretch, but still travels way, way, way over the boundary.
Best of the lot. That last six. Played it with the spin. The ball was away from his body, but his reach is, his tall guy, so his reach was there. 15 of 7 now.
Well, there's money for sixes. There's money also for wickets. For every wicket, KFC are going to donate 50,000 rupees towards the flood relief efforts. So 3 wickets gone so far tonight. Well, that's fortunate. Top edge does it.
Sticking to the sweep. Fortunate for him this time round. Pulls the length back just a little bit. He doesn't mind them. Doesn't matter where they come from. Could have gone straight up into the air. 6 of the first 3.
Anyone else getting the feeling that Ben Duckett likes the sweep shot? Played it so well last night. He's giving it a full go again tonight. This one goes for 4 in a more intended area.
I think against batsmen like Ben Duckett, you need your best fielder at square leg, because he's going to play either in front of the square or behind the square. Somebody's experienced like maybe Shan Masood should be there, especially against Ben Duckett, in my opinion.
I actually wouldn't mind them putting one more on the leg side. Just plug the gap. Obviously, the left armer bring the ball back into the left-hander. The leg spinner bring the ball back into the left-hander. Then see if he goes and tries to open up into that offside gap.
The problem with that field set is he does play that lap shot. And that's why they got 2 fielders on the boundary at offside, extra cover, and man behind point on the boundary. So it is difficult to bowl at him if you're a spinner.
Well, I mean, that's entirely his game plan, isn't it? Trying to make it hard for you as the bowler. And if you move the field around, it just makes another gap somewhere. 12 from the over, 116 for 3 now. 2 very different styles, Duckett and Brook. Duckett, the shorter of stature, playing a version of a sweep shot to virtually every shot, every ball. Brook more upright, slightly more elegant. Very fine strikers of the ball in their own different ways. Mohammad Nawaz has bowled his 4 now. None for 34. 1 left leg spinner. Usman Kadir. And of course it's the pace of his name, Dahani and Ralph, that Pakistan are relying on for the latter overs. Usman Kadir will bowl his last over now. Got to hurry, throw just slightly wide.
Running always a key feature. Saw Rizwan and Babar do this really well, run hard between the wickets.
There we go again. That one has found the gap. How many men can you have at deep square leg?
One more, plug the gap, place him somewhere in the middle, hovering man, because he's predominantly gone for the sweep tonight in comparison to the reverse. Maybe pull the fielder out of short cover, put him there, encourage him to go for the reverse, try something different.
The fielder can go with man at short fine leg because there's no extra cover. Extra cover guys on the boundary for Duckett.
You say the man at short cover looks remarkably like the umpire. You could always ask him.
Need my eyes checked.
Always nice to see in the modern game that the players moving around quickly enough to keep the over 8 up. Just the one this time. Oh, we had the players' drinks breaks after 10 overs. There's always a cup of tea available elsewhere. Tapal tea moment. Tapal tea, the favourite at the Karachi National Stadium.
Gotcha!
What's very clever is he does manoeuvre that ball with the same basic shot. It seems to go, I mean, this is the problem, Rouge, isn't it? It goes in all sorts of different directions. And it's a question of the hands, the wrists, contact points, the feet. As you try to find new places to put it. This time just the one.
It's not that easy to bowl against the likes of Ben Duckett the way he bats, especially against the spinner. Oh, that's a brilliant shot. No need to run for those. This will race away to the boundary.
Hang on, this is Arouge's chance. Place the field for Harry Brook as well. 128 for 3.
It's another good shot. Not the best of deliveries. Too far leg side, and all he had to do is make contact. England racing away here. 46 now, the partnership of just the 27 deliveries.
Yeah, the difference there. Whereas Ben Duckett is looking for the sweep shot wherever the ball is bowled. Harry Brook is much more reactive, so he just took advantage of one that was loose down the leg side and just played the shot accordingly. But he'll have other plans. Makes it interesting for Pakistan's bowlers with two very different plans. All eyes on the cricket now. Just need to alert you to the Pakistan Junior League under 19s. Junior franchise cricket along the same lines as the PSL, so the PJL will be starting on October the 6th. Brilliant new initiative here in Pakistan. Ramiz Raja, the chairman of PCB, on the left there, of course, and the President Alvi, on the right. I'm sure they're both looking forward to that.
The main man is back. Haris Rauf, the wicket taker for Pakistan.
Yeah, the key now, of course, is what can England do to accelerate further? Since the drinks break, it's been very positive. This was Ralph yesterday, by the way. That was the attempted ramp from Harry Brook. He might not be trying that straight away. At least I hope not. With his range of strokes, he doesn't need to go to that straight away, that's for sure.
Especially against Haris Rauf, he's got so many variation, and of course he's got pace. Look at it, that's a good delivery. Oh no, it's gone out of the park here. What a shot. I thought it was a well-directed bouncer. And that brings up a 50 partnership between these two, just of 29 deliveries.
He came out at 143 from the hand, probably went faster to the boundary. He's chased him, he's seen him go down the leg side, he's chased him. But what Harry Brook has done really well, he stayed stable. He stayed in good position, got under the ball, and all he had to do was make contact. Excellent start to the over.
I think the idea was right, that direction was okay, but the bounce wasn't there. And that's why he played that shot. Because he had fine leg back, he had square leg back, but again the height of the bouncer wasn't high enough.
He played the same shot yesterday, last night. What he has in his favour, very quick hands. So he sees it early, and he is set for either full or short. Sees it early, and then those hands whip through. Runs bring smiles to faces, and if you're going to smile you need good teeth. So Sensodyne is the key to that, because life, well, it's just too short, isn't it, not to look after your teeth. Hasn't got hold of that one in the way it was intended. Why am I talking about toothpaste when I've got a qualified dentist next to me?
I have no idea. Are you their new brand ambassador? Oh, have a look at that. That's my little princess. Haya, she turns 7 tomorrow. I think I'm more excited here than she is.
I think she's a bit shy.
That she is.
Happy birthday in advance to her.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Indeed, from all of us. Well bowled. Duckett was trying to manoeuvre things there, but ended up with just the one as an option. 139 for 3 now. Well, things have been looking good for England since that drinks break. The last 4 overs have seen 50 runs added. Make that another 4, make that 54 in 4 overs and 1 ball. It was unorthodox. Of course it was unorthodox. This is T20 cricket.
Unbelievable. Where do you bowl as a fast bowler? Look at this. It was outside off stump, and he played that shot beautifully, in control. Unbelievable. This partnership is growing fast. 61 or 34.
It's all you can do, isn't it? Smile at the end of it. As a bowler, you do your best to follow the batsman, all the tricks of the trade you see at the other end.
Smile and then nod. Going 10 and over with 7 wickets in hand, both set batsmen. Duckett 48, Brook is looking brilliant on 31.
Also, Waz, how difficult is it when you've got 2 contrasting styles of batters out there? Brook preferring to use his feet, coming down the track, proper cricketing strokes. As far as Duckett is concerned, predominantly square of the wicket, literally toying with the fielders at the moment.
I think it's most difficult to bowl against Duckett than Brook, because Brook, we know, he's going to give himself room, probably go extra cover. If you bowl short, he'll go hook and pull. But Duckett, he plays all around the ground, kind of 360. That's why he's so dangerous. 48 of only 28 deliveries. And that's what he does. That's how you improve this skill, because he practices a lot. And that's obviously Rizwan is practicing. He played that. Okay. I think he is took the page out of Rizwan's practice book.
Great tutorial. Right in front of the stump cam, but effective. Both styles effective.
This is good bowling. This is really good bowling. I have to say that. It was full the last ball. Yorker length at Brook. Just the one. This time he's followed Duckett well. So the Osaka charged contest, the finest batteries in Pakistan. Just go to the Facebook page, answer the trivia question, and there are so many exciting prizes to be won. And if you've got an electric toothbrush for your Sensodyne toothpaste, you can charge it up with Osaka.
Are you there?
Wide, by the way. It's wide. Look, it's wide.
He's been put off by Osaka. David, I think you're the brand ambassador for all these sponsorships, aren't you?
No. I'm just obeying orders. Well guided, that's gone very quickly. That is clever. Threading of the needle, pretty much.
That is really superb shot. Look at this. He middled it, by the way. He played it purposely there between point and third man fielder and picked up the gap perfectly. And 150 up as well for England.
Nicely timed, straight to deep square leg. One finishes off the 15th over. It's 152 for 3.
Five overs to go. There was a time where teams batting first would think to themselves, well, that 10 and over for the last 5, we'll take whatever we get from there. Those days, I think, are long gone. England will be looking to push up to 220 and beyond if they can. Got themselves in a position to do it. This partnership is England's highest of the series so far, 70 from 40. Duckett and Brook, in their different ways, are motoring.
And they need to carry on. It's not a case that you can actually, even a couple of overs where you can step off the gas. And Karachi is, outside of England, one of the highest, well, the highest scoring grounds in T20 cricket. So imagine 200 on a Karachi surface. 192 is the average first innings score, so 200 and above.
You don't see that from Dhani. He's always smiling, shown the other side of it, is a bit more aggressive. He's a character, isn't he? Bowled a hard length. Couldn't really time it. Yeah, you don't really know. Normally you don't see bowlers throwing back at stumps anymore.
You used to do it all the time.
Those days were different.
Oh, he's nicked it. It was half intentional, half fortunate, but there was a little bit of width there. And Brook threaded the needle.
Well, if you're going to bowl this length, third man up in the circle, it's a danger zone. That means it's an easy picking for a batsman, and especially a batsman like Brook, who moves away. So that means he's going to give lots of room. He's not going to go and hit that backward point or backward third man. He's just going to time it. He's just going to slice the ball off the face of the blade for 4.
There are 2 men back there, but the third man is very, very wide. Brook has once or twice tried to just glide the ball down fine to try and find the boundary that way. His strength is still very much remains sort of with a straighter bat over mid-off, over extra cover, and they've tried to take that away from him, which means that Danny is going to be bowling back of a length, mixing up slower balls and pace on deliveries, trying to get him to hit the ball square. Deep in the crease this time, and deep into the crowd. Well, whatever the plan was, they're going to have to change it. Harry Brook goes to 49.
You can't bowl the same delivery again and again to Harry Brooks. He got away with the slow run earlier, the previous delivery. This time around, Brook went deep in the crease and allowed the ball come close to him. 88 meters, a big one.
Yeah, a couple of slow ones consecutively. The last one he got beaten, and Brook was almost sort of expecting that slower one again and moved across when it was into the pitch. Another change in the field. Point comes in, third man in the circle, so deep mid-wicket goes out, so into the pitch again.
Yeah, 4 fielders on the leg side, just 1 back on the off. So that's where he goes. You could almost have guessed it. You could have telegraphed it. It's 50 for Harry Brook, his very first in England colours. It's been a special moment for him. It's been a special knock from him, and his teammates have enjoyed it, as have most of the crowd here in Karachi. 168 for 3.
Yeah, fabulous. Harry Brook has come with a reputation, and he is striking the ball so well. But the composure all throughout the innings, knows exactly what he's doing, backs away this time. Hits where the fielder isn't.
Slightly down. That's center.
What a player. A youngster in making. Is one for the future for sure. Harry Brooks batted superbly once again in this game.
Swing and a miss. Duckett has been away from the strike for a little while. He remains on 49.
Boundary was written on that ball before he even bowled, didn't he? Because the field position he moved, it was very, very obvious that if you bowl in stumps or anywhere near the stumps, it's going to go back to third man or backward point. And Harry Brook was up for it. He was very smart, played it beautifully.
Haris Ralph back into the attack, but Ben Duckett gets away to his first international half-century following teammate Harry Brook. It's been an innings full of enterprise. He played the spinners quite brilliantly, drove them to distraction. Swept them to distraction, and has played magnificently well for his 50 from 31. It's a terrific partnership from these two. 87 from 48. Strike rate again from Duckett, 161. Brooks going at 220.
It has his way and backed it. Reverse and the sweep, and he's been so productive. Even last night he was so good. And he's played it again today to perfection. Now, Haris Rauf. Dear, wide down the leg side, trying to follow Brook, but went too far down. It's actually Rizwan who's just got a glove on it and saved the boundary.
Yeah. Wicket keepers often don't get much of a mention in T20 cricket, but I tell you what, this is a terrific effort. Still yielded a bye to go with that wide, but that is brilliant. That saved his team certain fall.
Well, he was kind of guilty as well as appreciative, wasn't he? He was guilty what he did, and then when Rizwan got a hand on it, he was just sheepishly clapping.
Absolutely right, spot on. Saved his figures as well a bit.
Well, this left hand, right hand out on the pitch is not helping Pakistan. It is a headache for Babar as well as for the bowlers. It is very difficult to set a field for these two batsmen because they're both very different to each other. One plays square of the wicket and the other one, Brooks, who plays all around. A very complete player.
Oh, it's got caught in the grill. It's a dead ball. Hopefully Harry Brooks all right, and that ball jangled around in there a little bit.
Couldn't he have just run? Got a single.
just kept running until they could catch him.
Absolutely.
They'll have to bring the physio onto the field just to go through the protocols. The game is being played in terrific spirit. All these players know each other from PSL and from last games. Oh, that can be nasty. Managed to get up underneath, sort of between the chin strap and the front of the grill. Fortunately, he's okay. He just got a little bit of a closer look at the ball than he might have liked.
I don't think it was a slow delivery. It was quick, got a little edge on it, and just went straight into that grill. Very, very lucky that it didn't go through. How about this crowd? Once again, full house at National Stadium, Karachi. And I tell you, we were here around about 5 o'clock, maybe 5:15, and this ground was 3/4 full then. Amazing.
Close encounters here between a couple of Lahore Qalandars. They're off up the road to Lahore on Monday. Thankfully that blow hasn't ruined any of Harry Brooks' boyish good looks. You know all about those, Baz, don't you?
Remember, some players used to cut off part of the grill in order to view the ball better. Thankfully, Brook has been brilliant with the bat, and he's throughout the series has been really expressive, and that confident, that self-confident nature of him to be able to then pick his shots and also be aware of where the field has been set.
Well, Brook is okay and we can continue. Man was up. Oh, that has been belted. Absolutely belted over the top of extra cover. He's a tall man, Harry Brook. He's able to stay on top of the bounce. And that is another shot of high class.
Yeah, it was very obvious because Haris Rauf has got 4 men on the onside which are patrolling the boundary. That means he's got a ball a little short or he's got a ball a little cut-eye. And Brook, he knows that. And especially with mid-off and cover fielder right in the circle, it was pretty easy to get over the top.
They'll get 2 here. Yeah, that has been weighted to perfection. How deliberate it was is a moot point. 17 gone, 178 for 3. Well, those skylines just keep reaching ever upwards for England in the back half of this innings. Partnership now 96 for the 4th wicket between Duckett and Brook. Haris Ralph has the ball in hand. He has one left. Dahani has one left. Doesn't matter whether it's Ralph or Hasnain, it's gone for 6 anyway. Hasnain is the bowler. He went for the pace-off option into the pitch, and Duckett says thank you very much and bangs it over square leg for 6.
How strong these boys are nowadays. It's just a little flick, isn't it? No real whoop. He just timed it. Although the ball didn't arrive, he just waited, and then just a little flick. 100 partnership between these two. Only 54 deliveries it took them. This run rate is up there around about 11.
He's leg side again. Bit of work to do. The man out there on the fence. Dahani does well. Interesting, isn't it, when you get to the run chase later on. At the moment, England hit the ball out into the outfield, hit it for 6. There's appreciative applause when Pakistan get to their turn. These beautiful moulded roofs will start to raise up into the sky with the sound from the faithful here. England will need to have their wits about them in the defence, that is for sure, no matter how many they get. Round the wicket, and Duckett can only find long on.
Runs above 215, I feel that it's going to get really hard. It's not going to be easy. You know, what a day for these kids. The ball boys, they just look around, just try to just help these professionals out there in the middle, just give them the ball back. This is like a dream come true for them. Well done, boys.
Yeah, it's a terrific initiative, isn't it? The Pakistan Junior League, it's giving these young players the opportunity to come together from all over Pakistan, to pit their wits against the best from all over the world. Trying to bring on that next generation as quickly as they possibly can into full Pakistan colours. Not as though a lot of the Pakistan first team are particularly old. How old were you when you made your debut? 13, 14, was it?
Yeah, somewhere around there. I mean, it's been a while, so I don't remember. So let's move on.
Wazim Bhai remembers.
Butch is on fire. It's only because you beat him at golf. That's why he's getting his own bag.
I might be on fire if I keep having a go at this bloke in Pakistan. Toe of the bat, it goes quickly to extra cover. That's good work Really good work from the fielder first of all, and then Hasnain second to get back to the stumps.
The chance, if the car just paused slightly as he threw towards us then. But at the moment it's about dot balls or not conceding a boundary.
Oh, shot, he's nailed it. Oh, that is so well timed. The no-look hook has gone for 4, 18 gone, 192 for 3.
Not much of a gap between the two fielders, a square and mid-wicket. This was hit hard, this was timed beautifully. It's just at a head height, but look at that. The ball travels very, very quickly here in Karachi. Runs are leaking. Pakistan's got to be very, very careful here.
That did him a disservice. He watched it all the way onto the bat. In fact, Ben Duckett, a terrific shot. Excellent work. So Dahani with a change of ends. Spider Cam gives us the swooping shots of the National Stadium. Finds the gap again. Nobody moved. Nobody moved. Extra cover mid-offs just stood there and it flashed past them both.
Such a clean striker. You look for a Yorker and he's ready for it. There we go. Just a little punch right at the end and pick the gap beautifully.
Yeah, exceptional batting. He knows exactly what he wants to do. Just a little shimmy, but he keeps so still at the point of impact too.
Highest fourth wicket partnership in T20 internationals now for England, beating Morgan and KP. 112 against Pakistan in Dubai. That's going to be a wide ball. Right, what are we looking at here? 199 was not enough. England have 11 deliveries, 11 legal deliveries anyway. You could get 225, you'd think, wouldn't you, at the least? Slower ball. He doesn't get it. And short of the fielder, they'll come back for 2. Brooks home comfortably enough.
Yeah, they've got to 199. Was with a good throw, but is always going to come back for 2. The problem here is that Pakistan are a side who love chasing, and Karachi is a ground where it's very difficult to defend. The outfield almost feels really small because it is so fast. You hit it through the infield or hit the gap and go for 4. So you look at the score and it's very daunting, but it's like we saw last night, it's pretty gettable again. That is beautiful. That is sublime. Top batting. That's batting at his best. Just shimmied backwards, bit of space, and just spells it down the ground.
Well, that also brings 200, 205 for 3. I'm just trying to think which shot he can't play. Amazing batting.
Maybe the forward defensive.
Oh, no need for those. Absolutely no need for those. Wow. What a player. Oh, that's 4 as well. That's quite deliberate. Dahani will think he's done not much wrong there. Got it in the block hole. Just a smidgen of width, and it was enough for Brook to thread it through once again.
Absolutely high class this. He's got the answer to every delivery, and he knows, again, he knows that he gets it down to third,
it'll go to the boundary. Now, Barber is having a discussion. They almost want an extra, not one, but an extra 2 fielders with the way that Brook and Duckett are playing.
Well, stopped, almost snuck through. Shan Masood just managed to get enough on it. Okay, highest successful run chases for Pakistan. West Indies here in Karachi. South Africa 204. Baba made a century in that one at Centurion. Then last night here again in Karachi, Johannesburg and Harare. Have to beat them all to go 2-1 up. They think about 2, think again. That is the end of the 19th. 19 runs coming from it. 211 for 3, 1 to go. Well, it's the end of a miserable night with the ball for Dahani. None for 62 from 4 for him. Haris Rauf with the last. Clever, good work. Ben Duckett is moving around the crease, looking to get that scoop away. He needed pace on the ball for it, but didn't get it. There's that previous Dahani over. Oh, that is beauteous from Brook. That wasn't any worse. What do you say, Skip? What do you say? How are your skills? Oh no, put it wide. Perhaps Ralph's a left footer.
Well, keeping his head while bowling the slow one into the pitch, but yeah, not good enough.
Sound like a man who's taken many a penalty, Daz.
And missed.
Right, well, it's been a good start, really good start from Haris Rauf. .1, first 2 balls, 4 deliveries left. Lots of changes in the field now for Harry Brook. Where are they? It's going to be long off and long on back. Man back on the sweep on the offside. Pretty orthodox, really. 3rd man up, 3 back on the leg side. Deep backward square, very straight mid-wicket and long on. There's no answer. There's just no answer to it. Brook almost telepathic in knowing what was coming. Makes it look very, very straightforward.
Yeah, just a ramp shot this time around, and this has been some batting. Striking at 235, and he's just dealing in boundaries and 8 sixes, 8 boundaries and 5 sixes, and almost when the bowler runs in, he decides where to play, and the bowler delivers, and it's exactly the ball he wants.
Well, we all talk about strike rates. They should be up there, 160, 170. What about this strike rate? Brooks going at 231.43, and that is not
for a couple of overs. He's been out there for a while. 35 deliveries he's faced. 81 runs.
No matter what, run! Run no matter what!
Well bowled, really well bowled. Followed Duckett, cramped him for room. Come back for a couple. Good work from the England pair. 137 now from 71. Peterson and Morgan a distant memory. 219 for 3 then. Best they can do, 225. Now, as well as Rizwan and Babar played now, this is significant total. And gentlemen, does lightning strike twice in the same place over consecutive nights? Excellent again. That is a really very good final over. It should be a run out. Oh, the throw's a poor one. Both Duckett and Brook were labouring a little bit there at the end, and who can blame them? That has been a special partnership from a special pair of players who are in the infancy of their international careers. 70 from 42 from Duckett, a maiden T20 international half-century for him. 81 from 35 from Harry Brook, a maiden T20 international half-century from him as well. And they've both been littered with memorable strokes, both in their inimitable ways. Easy for me to say, so was that. And smiles on the faces of both men. And Pakistan will have to chase 222 to go 2-1 up in this series. And this is going to be one pulsating second half.
Put into bat, and they responded yet again. That memory of Babar and Rizwan batting so beautifully, and then having to come out again with the bat for England, and they've responded, and it's been absolutely sublime batting. Brook with an amazing inning, striking at over 230, and Duckett himself got 70 of 42, and the partnership 139 of 72, and that has meant that England have dominated this first half. Salt didn't get going. Will Jacks 40 of just 22. Malan, well, got an indifferent day, but then Duckett 70 of 42 and 81 of 35 of Brook. 18 of 13, 43 of 27. Well, look at that. At 139 of just 72.
Yeah, Pakistani bowlers travelled tonight. They were all over the place. There were no real plans were seen. Nothing taken away from these two. They batted superbly, but the bowling was... They bowled both sides of the pitch. They bowled short. Even the slow deliveries, I thought they were not really bowled with venom. A couple of wickets for Usman, who picked up early wickets. Snan picked up one, but the rest went for plenty. 221 for 3 England. Now Pakistan's got to come out and bat better than the other night to get to this total. Let's go to Zainab. She's downstairs.
Thanks, Waqar. I've got with me one of the shining stars of England cricket, Will Jacks. Will, many congratulations firstly, because obviously this is your T20 international debut. You've got the cap earlier on as well. So tell us a little about how special a moment it was for you to be wearing this cap.
Yeah, it's a moment obviously I've worked very hard for and I've dreamt of my whole life really, so it was pretty amazing to get that. And what a place to make my debut. The crowd's been amazing. It's been a great atmosphere, all 3 games I've been buzzing with tonight.
What about your innings then? Tell us a little about what it was like to be batting out there in these kind of conditions. Obviously, you know, you've seen how the wicket is played in the last few games. What was it like out there today?
Yeah, the pitch is similar to what the guys said it was the last 2 games. Pretty low and skiddy, and but once you get in, it's obviously a very nice wicket to bat on. Pretty happy with how I played. I would have taken that at the beginning of the innings, and an amazing finish by the guys at the end there. It was pretty special.
Now you scored a lot of runs at the 100 as well. You got 100 at the Oval. So does that help you coming into a series like this, you know, having form behind you?
Yeah, it just gives you confidence. Obviously coming into international cricket, it's kind of an unknown for myself. I don't know what to expect or how I'm going to hold up, so it's good to have that confidence going into it. And tonight's obviously give myself a little bit more, and I kind of know hopefully going into the next game I can do it again.
This is a fabulous target though, 222. You scored over 200 runs, but that was chased down by Pakistan. What do you guys plan on doing differently today?
Well, I guess the way Babar and Rizwan played last night, no scores out of reach. We've got 20 more than we did last night. Hopefully we can defend that. I think obviously we've got to get one of them out. If we don't get them out, they'll just do what they did last night. So it might be a good chase.
Well, thank you so much for all your thoughts and all the best for this one.
Thank you.
Brilliant first half. Pakistan need to get to 2-2-2, and that'll do some getting in. We'll be back in a short while with that chase.
So welcome back to the Bank Al Fallah presents Dafa News Pakistan versus England. T20I Series 2022, match number 3. all of them so far at the National Stadium in Karachi. And 3 fascinating games so far. The scores, it seems, are getting higher and higher. 200 was the target last night. Tonight's target, 222. Duckett and Brooke, the main architects of England's 221 for 3 in their 20 overs. Last night it was Babar and Rizwan who chased down exactly 200 was the target then, but it's a stiffer task tonight. And we've seen some absolutely brilliant batting from Duckett and Brooke. What a partnership that was. 139 together from 72. 2 very different players, 2 very different styles. Put them all together and you end up with a partnership like this. And the strike rates, just worth mentioning the strike rates. Duckett's strike rate 166. Harry Brooks was 231. And these were not just quick flurries at the end of an innings, you know, half a dozen balls and a few sixes. These were 2 well-constructed, positive innings, 1 of 70, 1 of 81. And the bowling figures, of course, took a bit of a turn for the worse. Dahani's figures there, the second worst in Pakistan's history, but he will come back. I know him. He will come back stronger. Number 62 for him. The only wickets going to Hasnain and Usman Qadir. So the bowlers have had a tough time so far. Remains to be seen, of course, how tough a time it is for England's bowlers now. As this pair were absolutely outstanding, equally outstanding last night. Their target is a stiffer one tonight by 22 more. So they had 3 balls to spare of their 20 yesterday. Whatever they did yesterday, they've got to improve on it yet again by a small percentage. Otherwise, Pakistan will be coming second.
In-form batsman Rizwan. He knows how to go about the job. And looking to chase down a stiffer total. And Babar Azam finding his touch. In the previous outing, scoring 100 under pressure. An early onslaught is required for the Pakistani team to get closer to the total, which is a massive one. And a partnership of sorts is required. Liam Dawson has been entrusted upon by the captain to take the new ball.
Well, starting with spin with Liam Dawson. So Pakistan have Mohammad Nawaz, England have Liam Dawson, very similar styles. Starts with the dot ball.
It's a good pitch. The ball is sliding onto the bat nicely for the batsman to work with. Pace is there as well.
One in you first, mate. One in you first. Hey, get it.
Dawson, oh well, Dawson almost done all the hard work there. Getting quickly to the ball, looked like he was going to cut it off. Bit of a bobble, bit of a bad bounce for him, and the first run is on the board.
He was aiming to hit the ball towards mid-wicket, and it was the afterthought, after seeing that line of length, that he has to play the ball down the track. A good start so far for the English side, defending 221 runs.
Well, we have a delay, just trying to find out what sort of see what's happening. The noise around the stadium grows, as is entirely predictable.
Hey! Nice Dorsey, nice Dorsey.
Just a diet of early ones, 3 in a row now.
Very good, man.
As Rizwan and Babar are just check out conditions for the night before they inevitably have to accelerate. There is no choice. There is no other way. First big shot of the innings is only a little bit short, but that's all they need. These two, either one of them, will seize on these.
You said it on the right time, David. They don't have time at all. You cannot really take too long before you start hitting the ball, and that's exactly what Rizwan did. Just got under it. Plenty of gaps around. Fielders are inside the circle. There are boundaries available.
Well, nicely struck, but that offside is packed.
Very good, Mara.
Line of 5 on the offside.
Yeah, almost a perfect stroke from Mohammad Rizwan. The only thing missing was the placement.
Easy run for these two. 7 without loss from 1. Well, Dawson will just about take that, I guess. Just remember the asking rate is over 11s over the course of the remaining 19 overs, so should be exciting. Now, one of the other things to remember too, England had to concede victory last night. They've changed the team, so no David Willey, no Luke Wood. They've substituted Wood for Wood. It's a different style of Wood. Mark Wood is in there, and Reece Topley as well. So yes, plenty of left armers around, including this man, the tallest of the lot of them, Reece Topley. First appearance in this series.
He's a tall and lanky fast bowler. One thing you get from a tall fast bowler, forces the batsman to play the ball late. And that's what is required to keep the batsman quiet in this format of the game. Force them to play the ball late.
The two fielders on the boundary are on the onside. There's a square leg right on the boundary and fine leg. Third man is inside the circle. That means he's not going to go outside the off stump.
Well, when they come, and they will come, just remember that every 6 is worth $1,000 to flood relief from Bank Al Falah. Very early into the change of pace. Fingers cut across the top of the ball, pace coming off the ball. That's what comes with a bit of experience. Not as though Reece Topley has been around forever, but he's learned his trade. The field is changing now.
Yeah, for Rizwan, because he plays that scoop shot on the onside. That's why he kept the fine leg back. He's brought him in for Babar. But Babar likes to drive on the up. This is a beautiful stroke. He will not go for 4, but he'll fetch 2.
If you're wondering how come Babar Azam has started to bat so beautifully and timing the ball nicely, he's not moving a lot in the crease. He's just waiting for the ball, keeping himself still, making his decision at the last time, working quite well for him.
Miscued and dropped. It was a tough one. He was at full stretch at extra cover there.
Yeah, to be able to get close to an imposing total, you need luck. Babar Azam was looking to play the ball against the angle, scooping the ball in the air. Very lucky. It was not at extra cover.
I think a little extra bounce also did the job for him. Yes, he played a little bit with the angle bat. Yeah, good delivery, very, very good delivery. I don't think it will be given LBW because that one pitched outside the line of the stumps on the leg side. End of the over. 2 gone, 12 without loss.
Well, the drop, it was a tough chance, I'd say, for David Milan, but also a takeable chance. Just that sort of looping into the air. You have to judge the jump. But it was certainly takeable, and just go back 24 hours or so. Slightly later in the piece, England dropped Rizwan. Alex Hales in the deep. Slightly misjudged one of those skiers out of the night sky. And that allowed that partnership to carry on and flourish. So Mark Wood playing his first match of this tournament as well, of this series. We know he at his best has impressive pace. Didn't go far, which is good news for England. Okay, let's drop downstairs and see what Zainab is up to.
Thanks, David. I've got two very special guests over here with me. Of course, the chairman of the Pakistan Cricket Board, Mr. Ramiz Raja, as well as the deputy chair of the ECB, Martin Darlow. Ramiz, obviously a huge occasion for Pakistan cricket, England touring after 17 years. What do you think is the significance of this tour?
You're almost as huge as Mr. Topley here. I mean, the significance is you're putting smiles on the faces of the people. That's beautifully struck by Babar for 4. I think it's Babar again.
Bit of commentary there as well.
All right, okay. Momentous occasion. We're very happy that England could make this tour, and special thanks to you because this means a great deal to the people of Pakistan, to the fans.
Heather again couldn't damage. 35 for 4.